Hey there everyone, this is the Vintage Sewing Machine Garage. You are looking at my next purchasing video, and unlike the some of the more recent machines I purchased, this one was in, shall we say, a little rougher shape. Now sometimes when we say rough shape, we're not always talking about aesthetics. The paint on this machine is a little scuffed, but it's not bad. It's actually, I think it's going to clean up quite well. But the machine is needing or missing its bobbin plate. This is a fill-in I've got. And what else is it needing? Let's see. I thought it was going to need a check spring. In fact, I was assuming that it was going to. And if we come around here, we will see the fact that there's a cap missing off the motor. So it looks as if somebody was trying to get it to work and couldn't figure out how to get it to work. Now, one of the things they did was they cut the plug, the part that goes into the wall outlet. They cut this off, and that's a smart thing. I think they were concerned that it needed work, and they weren't sure about the wiring, and so they did that. And I actually appreciate that. That's not a bad thing. Okay, let's see. We will put a little flashlight here, and I'll see if you guys can see. So again, there's a cap. And I have some parts from older motors. If I get a Singer motor and it's bad, I mark it as such, so I won't use it. But I always save the parts because I should have a part to fit this, and I'll be checking the brushes out, see what I can find out about it. Something was going on with it apparently, but that doesn't mean it's not that the motor's bad. It means that they were having some issues with it, but it may not have been the motor. It could have been the cord. Now, if you look here, you will see this is the plug, and if you look closely, you can see that wow, this was a double lead Singer cord and plug. You will also see that a piece of plastic has broken on this one, okay, and you can see right through the inside. That's not safe. So I have some extras, old ones that I've saved. So I don't know if I will rewire this plug. I may simply use a replacement, simply get a replacement plug and cord and use that. This being a double lead, they're very challenging to just physically get everything to fit in there. Obviously someone has before, but it can get awfully crowded. It's like trying to, keep, 15 puppies in a box or something. I'll have to explain that when I show this. But you can see, here's the old cord, and it's all, you've gotten, maybe they did this to try to rewire it. You can see some of the old insulation around the wire. So when I look at the rest of the cord, I'm not convinced that we need to use that anyway. So we're going to need a new cord, and we're going to need a new plug. So I can either try to put a double lead cord into one of the extra. I save plugs when I don't use them that are in good shape for this very purpose, but I may just simply use a new cord. And then of course we have our Singer button style foot pedal, and it will need to be disassembled and cleaned. There's a piece of tape on here. I have no idea why that's there. Who knows? But at the heart of all this, I'm looking at this thinking, the belt is actually in good shape. It's not dry rotted, which surprised me. So the belt has been replaced more recently. And again, I think someone tried to fix it. It wasn't running right, and I think they just gave up on it and said, "Oh, the heck with it. I can't do anymore." So anyway, this is a machine. I sometimes find them like this. This is a Singer 15 class, by the way. I think it's a 15. I want to say it's a 1590 or 1588. I've got to go back and check. One of those was a treadle, but this is not the potted motor design. Okay, so if the motor is salvageable, then that's okay. When I bought this, I wanted it because I got a I have the cap to this, the Waterfall Bentwood Singer lid. And I wanted it for a different machine, and when I got it, this machine was in it. Well, this is Singer 15. We're not going to dispose of this. We're going to bring it back. and we will get it back and running because these machines are very forgiving. This, by the way, this is a good time to point this out. This doesn't move. You might think, oh my gosh, the stitch length lever is locked. Well, it's locked because someone locked it. This machine was set up so that you could lock it in place if you didn't want that to change. And of course now I can bring it down. It needs lubrication. I can tell it's stiff, but it's working. So it's a real Singer 15 class, guys. You gotta you can't save them all, but this one I think is going to be salvageable. So I wasn't afraid to buy it, knowing that I was going to have to do this again. Was originally looking for the cover and ended up adopting this Singer 15. So this is one of, I think this was the last machine I've actually bought this year, and it will be. I don't plan on getting, I'm not searching for or going to be getting any more machines for 2020. I've got one, two, this will be the third one I have left to overhaul, and then they're going to be listed. They'll be sold, and then later on, in next year, in the spring, in the summer, I'll start, searching for machines to rescue. There's no shortage of them, and we'll see what we can offer then. But right now, this is one of the last of the 2020 machines that I will be rescuing, overhauling, and finding a new owner for. But I wanted to show you guys this because, again, sometimes you get machines that'll surprise you. Like this bobbin tire, I can already tell by touching it. It's kind of a sort of a squeegee-like stretchiness to it. It's not the original, and I don't think it's not dry rotted, so it'll be fine. And so will the belt. Again, these are all surprises to me, but again, we're going to go through the machine like we always do. Just there'll be a few more electrical things to do. If you don't want to attempt to rewire an old plug like this, and you don't want to do that with one that's broken anyway, you would have to get a different one. Replacing it with an all-new cord and plug that come ready for you to use, that's a kind of a great option for many people. They just don't want to deal with the old ones, because we're definitely going to get rid of the cord itself. This cord is going to be replaced with a new one. So, but I wanted you guys to see this. Somebody was using it at some point, and then they had a problem, and they started digging in, and I don't even know what they did with the part missing from the motor, but I have a spare. And we'll get a new plug, and we'll test it out and see how she comes to life, if she comes to life. I've never plugged this in, and I do not plan on it until I have the rewiring done. So it is a bit of a mystery, but if for some reason it doesn't, I can get another motor, right? And the motors are not expensive. I can replace the motor. I can even get a retro kit and if I use a different bracket, I can use a brand new motor. I have a lot of options here, but this is a Singer 15, and they are the old iron sides of sewing machines. You just can't not want to revive them and get them back out there working for people, because these machines have so much life left in them. And I'm a sucker for a machine. It's the Charlie Brown Christmas all over again. I got to rescue the machine and see what I can do with it. Notice this says MR on it, and it says MR here. I have not investigated this. If any of you guys know what the MR stands for, let me know. I'll give a little close up there so you can see it. I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know if that was a custom thing or if it was done at the factory. I don't know. So anyway, lots of questions about this machine, but I'm not scared of it. We're going to get it running back again and find it a new owner, and it'll be all new cords and ready to run again. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. I think I have one more purchase video. I think I do. And then we'll be winding down the new machine videos, or the new machine purchases for me anyway, for 2020. And then we will see, as we get into 2021, how the world looks and how, we may still have a good, strong need for sewing machines. So those of you out there who are sewing, I admire you for doing so. And those of you who are new or just taking it up, I'm also very admirable of all of your efforts to learn to sew and to look for machines that are good quality, that will last. Because modern machines, most of them, they're not so great in terms of longevity, but they do offer features that many people love. I'm going to consider a video in the future where we talk about new machines. See if I have a friend who has one, borrow it, and we can talk about them and talk about why people buy them, what they like about them, and what they do not. Anyway, I appreciate all of you watching my channel. Feel free to subscribe if you have not, and we will see you in the next video.